Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Japan Time podcast for July 8th, 2025. As always, I am your host, Rogers Base, and we've got an almost China time this week. Not a lot of people are available. We're moving things around. We're doing it on Tuesday instead of on a Monday, but we still got a pretty stacked cast. We got a lot of people here to talk about Anime Expo, horse gotcha games, soccer games, multiple soccer games, actually. We got 2 soccer games to talk about this week. Lots of stuff to discuss, but since Shofu is here and since Zeph is muted, I'm actually going to throw things over this time around to my co-host, the one and only Mr. Ricky Cocaine. What is up, Ricky?
This is. Oh my gosh! You guys were able to do a little something for me this time. Yeah,
that's cool. That's right.
It's a pleasure being here after a long time. And it's feel weird being introduced second. Don't put me in this position.
We're just going in the pecking order because again, I didn't know whether or not Zeph was here yet, and he was obviously going. It goes in the chain of command. It would be Shofu and then Zeph and then you. But you're lucky because both of them are gone right now. So you're good. Not to diminish, so you being here.
I feel as though it's a little diminished now, but I'm not hurt by that. I'm not hurt by that. That's cool.
Yeah. But I feel that. Then next up, we have Zeph. I can see he unmuted, so welcome back, Zeph. Welcome.
I just was muted.
Oh, well, so you heard everything I said then, how you're next in chain of command. Perfect. Well, how you doing? How you feeling?
I'm okay. I don't know. I don't usually say anything besides hi.
Okay. Well, that's someone else who's high. We got McDareth. What's up, McDareth?
So
okay. Oh my god.
How do you say that and talk to me? Okay. Definitely not any of that, but hello everyone. Boy. Doing well. Doing well.
I think on a poll of who's the least likely to be high, I'm pretty sure McDareth would probably be in the bottom 3.
Yes.
I know, that's kind of why I said
that. Likely to be high.
Also, we have Game Cage. What's going on, Game Cage? Hey, Auro's here too? Both of you?
I'm on 3 things at once. I'm in a race, I'm on call, and I'm with Roger and the gang.
So now we've got 3 separate people.
You're doing 3 things badly.
Roger,
what?
Base. Let me tell you something. Everybody watching on Japan Time, I just pulled an ultimate. It's Anime Horse Girl Ultimate. This is the best game ever made in history.
Aru.
Now, what type of welcome, Aru? You got sick from Anime Expo?
Yeah.
Is it COVID?
I don't know if it's COVID related yet.
Do you not have COVID tests?
I do, but I would rather just see how I am tomorrow before I waste one of those.
What do you? I have like hundreds of them. I'll just send you one.
What
are your symptoms? How are you feeling right now, Aru? What are your symptoms?
Well, last night I felt very nauseous. I thought I was going to throw up. And I was sweating really, really bad. And then today I was just couldn't get out of bed. I was so tired. And then I was sweating really, really, really bad. And my mom said I had a fever. And now I woke up with a really scratchy throat and I keep coughing.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
The nice thing is I didn't go to dinner with you at Anime Expo, so I'm probably not going to get it.
That's fucking crazy. Yeah, you don't know
really
what she...
How are
she coughed on me and I coughed on you, bro. So
Roger,
no. But hold on,
Roger. I really missed that hot waiter. I should have went and seen him.
The waiter? What waiter?
The guy who made me my warm drink. Esteban.
The one who made us the drinks. He was actually nice at the party the night before, the YouTube one.
Yeah,
he was actually quite nice. So what we're talking about is there was a YouTube party the night of whatever that was, the Saturday of Anime Expo after Fidel got me kicked out of the convention. And basically what ended up happening was that then what ended up happening is we went to this YouTube party, and at the after party for the YouTube party, there was a guy working at the bar that made everybody this cool little coffee drink. And he was very nice. What was his name? Esteban, you said?
Yeah.
Shout out to Esteban.
I think that's his name. I think that was a racist assumption.
Yeah, Ma.
Oh, so she's being racist, what you're saying.
Yeah, no, because I called him Esteban because I was like, oh, that's Esteban Julio Montoya
Ramirez. You're racist.
Hold on. Fidel's actually a dumbass. I literally told him, I was like, I love you. And he's like, oh, well, I love you too. What's your name? And then he gave me his name. So that's not true. I wasn't being racist. That was his actual name.
Oh, holy shit. So his name is Esteban Julio Montoya Ramirez.
Well,
You're
now you're being
racist.
racist. Yeah, now you're actually being.
Not.
Someone else who's
I'm
racist.
pretty sure he
We've
didn't give you all
got
of
who's getting this? Who's getting this? Viram, what's up, Viram? How are you,
What
Viram?
Viram is
fuck?
definitely
That was,
racist.
that was,
Viram
that was
is
a miss.
racist.
That was a miss. That was a
Viram is
miss.
I
100%
figured
racist.
when I was
Viram told
he
me
goes
that
straight for no
Vegeta
reason.
Turkish was nerfed.
No, but here's why. Here's why. Because what you guys missed earlier, we had an intro where someone said they were high or something, and I said, speaking of high, we have McDareth, who's like the least likely to be high on this whole show. So then when you guys said racist, I said, speaking of racist, we got Viram, because Viram, again, least likely to be racist on the show as well. So you guys just missed the gag, but that's what it is. Welcome, Viram. Viram, who loves all races equally and is a great human being. Welcome, Viram.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Quite tired, but it's all good.
We're still happy to have you at the very least. And last, but certainly
See,
not
Roger, wait, real fast. Wait a minute. Did you toss the Viram and call him our resident racist? Wasn't that a thing that happened?
I really don't remember.
Sure.
Did I say that at some point?
You said that about. I almost thought that was to Viram. You did that toss to
It
someone.
seems like a
'Cause
Ricky
I
thing.
saw,
If
no,
I
I
said,
saw,
"Here
I
comes our
saw it
resident
come up
racist,"
in chat. I'm like, wait a minute. Yeah, Roger did do that.
Man, maybe I did. I don't remember.
I think you did, bro. I remember
Anyway,
that.
well, speaking of someone who doesn't remember, we got Coast. What's going on, Coast?
That's actually true. What's up?
Hey, you're not gonna do your intro? Your little
1
Go
to
ahead.
3.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm too tired. Hey, Nintendo gamers.
Okay. There you go. There you go. There
Hey,
you go.
This race doesn't
rematch
count.
gamers.
No
Rematch
There's no
gamers.
rematch gamers. It's just I don't want to. I don't want to find any more of those. They're all subhuman.
Well, before we get to talking about a rematch, before we get to talking about who's subhuman or not, before we start talking about Mario Strikers, I want to actually start things off by talking about this horse game. Because why are people playing this? Like, what's going on?
Okay, so
Why did this blow up in the way that it did?
So this actually came out in Japan like years ago. Like actually, I forgot I even played this. There's like an old clip of me on stream 4 years ago playing like a Japanese version of this game. And essentially, I feel like Roger, you'd get a kick out of this because they're anime horse girls, but they're based off actual like historical like horse racers.
Right, like Secretariat or whatever, like actual famous
yeah.
horses. Yeah.
Yeah, and so they actually like use those horses' lore for the character story bits. And I think why it's blowing up on stream is because like it's the way chat's freaking out seeing like the placement of the horse girls. They have ultimates, you know, that they do mid-race that they can pop off. You're training your horse for the next thing. So that's why it's in that sort of like stream,
Guys,
you know.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
go rest, but I hope you have fun with the horse girls.
Absolutely. Rest up.
All right.
Rest up, Aro. Sorry you're feeling sick.
Take our.
I hope
Thanks.
to God you didn't get me
Go
sick.
rest
I
then.
really. Yeah,
I
I'll
hope
be-
I did. I really pray you're gonna get sick.
I
from
really.
all
I
your
hope I don't get
transgressions.
sick. I don't want to be sick.
Goodbye.
I'm not feeling sick. Goodbye, Aru.
Yeah.
Are you feeling sick, Fidel? Are you feeling sick
I'm
at
not
all?
at all.
Me neither. So I think
I'm
I'm
not.
probably safe then. I feel like you spent more time with her than I did, and I saw you before
I'm
you guys
good.
even went to dinner, and so I feel
Yep.
like I'm probably chilling. But also, she was
You're
on the
living
show
it.
floor a bunch this past week. So also, for those of you
Yeah,
guys
yeah,
who
yeah.
might have missed the intro, this week was Anime Expo in Los Angeles, and so obviously a lot of us weren't on the show floor the whole time, but she was on the show floor like every time that we were walking around this week. I feel like
Yep.
she was constantly on the show floor, except for the one time in which I needed that industry badge, and then you guys went to Little Tokyo, and then I got kicked out
And you got kicked out.
because I didn't have my badge with me.
Well, you
That
actually
did
got kicked
happen.
out? That's funny.
I actually got
He
kicked
literally
out.
got kicked
Because
out.
what happened? Here's what happened: is basically I was doing a meet and greet at James's booth, my thumbnail artist, who you guys have heard on the show and we've talked about in the show before. And basically, I walked in with Fidel, who had the industry badges. We walked right through the regular line, through security, everything. And I asked the security guard, I said, hey, curiously, like, where is the media registration? Because I'll go pick up a media badge real quick. So then that way I don't have to use the two industry badges because Aru wasn't with them. She was like Little Tokyo or something. And Fidel was with me. So the security dude was like, just go on in. So I'm like, okay. So I go right in. And I wasn't even planning on being at the show at all. I like Anime Expo. I haven't actually gone to the show floor since 2022, which ironically enough, considering what Aru's talking about, is when I got COVID from the show. I usually don't go to the show because it's just like a sick bed of disease and weird people. And I was like, I'm not about it. So I'm like, I'm not going to go.
Is
gonna
it
be
more
fine.
packed than C2E2?
It's so
Is it
let
more
me
packed
hear
than
it.
C2E2?
It's 100,000 people regularly.
Oh my God.
Every single day. It's got an attendance of
100K?
100,000
Wow.
people inside the convention center. That does not include all the stuff outside the convention center, LA Live, which is also shut down, all the stuff by the Marriott, all the other events, like they had that Yakuza thing by the Hotel Figueroa. Like that doesn't include any of that stuff. Just in the convention hall itself, there's 100,000 people
Right.
that are in there every single day. So of course you're going to get sick. If you're not wearing a mask or you got a low immune system or something, you are going to get sick. But anyway, so I walk in with Fidel and I say, okay, what I'm going to go do, I'm going to go do a meet and greet at James's booth because James is going to come to my house and stay with me the next day. And we were going to go to like this deli that's near me and just like do a stream and all this other kind of stuff. And James didn't know that I was going to show up at his booth. He knew that at some point we were planning on doing a meet and greet, but he didn't know what time it was going to be. And again, I didn't know that I was even going to be in the convention floor at all. Because prior to that, Fidel and I went to the Sega pop-up. And then Fidel tried like streaming from the Sega pop-up. What was wrong with your thing again? It was like some weird
It was a signal. It was a signal issue with the Streamlabs app.
So then basically we're trying to
There's too bad down
stream
there.
from that Sega
Yep.
pop-up, which is very cool. We met like the artist who does all the Sonic Channel music. What's her name again too?
Yep.
Or the Sonic Channel
Yui Karsuno.
photos. Yui Karsuno.
Yui
There you go.
Karsuno. Yeah.
Shout out
She's
to
great.
Yui talking to us and like telling us to go visit her in Japan. That was kind of cool. And we told her that we're literally going on a Japan trip. So we'll try to make something happen with Sega. But
Yes, sir.
anyway, bringing it back, Fidel obviously wasn't just going to stand there while I'm doing my meet and greet. So he went to Little
Right.
Tokyo to go like hang out with Aru. And I figured when my meet and greet's done, I'm just going to walk out of the convention because obviously I'm not going to walk around. I'm not planning on doing anything. I'm doing a meet and greet. Like I've seen Anime Expo. I've been there like 10 years. It's fun. So the two of them leave. I do my meet and greet. It's great. James is bringing in all these new people to the booth. Everyone's having a good time. Everyone's vibing. And basically when we're talking at the booth, the security guard comes up and is like, oh, show me your badge. And I said, well, I don't have my badge. My friend has my badge. He's in Little Tokyo right now. I don't have a badge with me. But I said, I can go and get one from the media registration real quick. Like I could just show my credentials and go. I've been hosting things at Anime Expo. It's like, it's fine. And she's like, well, no, you're not allowed to be here right now without the badge then. And I'm like, well, my artist has a badge. Like I'm at his booth. We're here in Artist Alley. And mind you, this meet and greet was like not standing in the way of anything. Like we weren't blocking other booths. It was nothing like that. It was all open. We were next to like this one pillar area so people could just stand off to the side so other people's booths weren't blocked or whatever. And basically what we found out afterwards, TLDR, is that one of the other artists down the row of Artist Alley was mad that James was getting all this attention in his booth and called security on James, knowing that I didn't have my badge. Hater energy. And so
they did that.
because she knew
monumentally pathetic.
Yeah, and
That is
she
so
knew that I didn't
sad.
have the badge because Fidel already walked back with the badges.
Call him out.
She knew I didn't have it.
Yeah, what's
Why
the
didn't-
booth name?
I wish I had the name because the problem was this girl was at a booth with two other people and was sharing it with other people.
Surely
and was
someone
only
knows
there
the
that
name.
day. Well, it was in the Artist Alley area. I don't know the name though, and I even asked James specifically. But unfortunately, I like that Fidel's like, I got to mute in case someone's getting doxxed. He said, I'm getting the hell out.
That's very pussy move. Okay.
But basically what ends up happening then when I'm there is, I get escorted out by security to like the security office area. And I explained to them like, hey, no, I am supposed to be here. Like literally my friend has the under industry badge. We're all meant to be here. Everything is like good, but I'll go to the media registration area. But the problem this time around is the media registration area, because Anime Expo is now so huge, is outside of the convention center. And so the reason the security guy didn't tell me when we walked in where the media registration is, it's on the other side of the Marriott, which if you're familiar with the Marriott and with LA Live and with the convention center and all this kind of stuff, it's on the outskirts area, like before you get into the actual convention center area, and the rest of it was all cordoned off. So like you couldn't even get into the LA Live area without a badge or without your tickets or whatever. You have to like go around the whole thing to get media registration. And the security wouldn't escort me there. They wouldn't walk me through the building to escort. So they said you have to walk around the whole building. Now by this point, I had already done my meet and greet. I'd already talked to everybody. I had no reason to still be there. So I was like, well, I'll just go get my media badge and then I'll just come back tomorrow or something. But then we had a YouTube party we were going to at 5. It was at 5 p.m. And at this point, after talking to security and explaining everything, and by the way, security, very nice. Like, this is not shade at all. To
So
the
you're not
security
angry at them.
Not at all. No, it's the person who was like being rude and trying to get me kicked out. No, the security was all very friendly. Like even the lady afterwards was like apologizing to me. The woman at the media booth and the other security guard was like, "Thanks for taking this so well, like allowing yourself to just leave." I said, "No, I've been here before. Like I understand. It's fine to go get my media badge. It's not a big deal." But then by that point, again, it was like 4:30 for this YouTube thing at 5 on the other side of downtown. And I'm walking around the entire expo area. And I knew that by the time I get my badge from the media thing, that like it'd already be late to this YouTube party. So I'm like, it's just not worth it, man. It's like, it's not worth it for me to go do this. I'm just going to go leave and I'm going to go to the YouTube thing. And by that point, Fidel was coming back from Little Tokyo with Aru, but then they were coming back to then also go to the YouTube party. So then it wasn't like we could exchange the industry badges or whatever. It was just, it was what it was. We were done at that point. So that's essentially what happened and how Fidel got me kicked out of Anime Expo. And thankfully, like I said, I wasn't like I was in any trouble. Like once I explained everything to security people, they were chill about it. The only person I think is probably going to get in trouble is the security guard who told me I could walk in without a badge when I walked in with Fidel and the industry badges, who was like, yeah, don't bother, just walk on through. He's the guy that's probably going to get in trouble, but otherwise nobody else was going to get in trouble. So also welcome, Tito. Welcome.
Tito. Okay, that was
okay. So you're not talking. That's fine. That's how we're doing this.
Okay. Yeah.
What are we doing? Huh?
All right. See, he just like sucked all the energy out of the room. All right. So anyway, what I was saying.
Go back to
what I was saying. No, we were saying because I didn't know what was happening. I said, "Oh, and here's Tito," and you didn't say anything.
No, I did.
I was telling the whole story.
No, we didn't hear you.
No, we didn't hear you.
I was like, "What's up?"
Oh. Well, welcome.
Okay. Turn yourself up a little bit. We didn't know. We thought you were egoing us.
There's a storm over here.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that stinks.
It's whatever.
Well, actually, you came at a good time because we were just talking about all the stuff that happened during Anime Expo week. How was the WDFA show, which also happened during Anime Expo?
Shout out to everyone that came through.
You can't tell us about it.
WDFA and friends, if you were there at the show, appreciate you coming through. It was a good show, man. Token was there. Scoot was there. Obviously, Shofu was there, and who is not here, I guess, but he was there. Shout out to everyone else who come through. Jen Wunner, Dripstick, JHB Boss. We had Cam Steady come. It was a good time. It was a good time. Definitely also a learning experience. Well, I don't want to speak for the rest of everybody, but all I can say is it was a good show, man, and I was happy to host it. Hopefully, I'll continue to do so. And shit was fire.
Right on.
What were the lessons that you learned, Tito?
I learned that if I'm gonna perform, I should do it sooner if I'm gonna be hosting. But I kind of knew that before.
Okay.
No, you didn't go to the show, did you, Fidel?
Which show?
The WDFA show.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, that's the answer. That's the answer. Okay, that's the answer.
I did not.
We did text you guys when we were downstairs, being like, "Hey, Shofu Tito, we're here right now." but you weren't available. Yeah.
Yeah.
But either way, it was just
they kicked us out early though, so fuck those guys.
Everyone's getting kicked out of everything this Anime Expo. That should be the title of this episode, Kicked Out of AX. That should literally be the name of this episode of Japan Time.
Kicked out of Anime
Expo. Exactly. That's a good name.
Have we talked about, what are we talking about today?
So we kind of already went over like Anime Expo stuff. We were talking about the Horse Girl game.
Nope.
Have you been playing the Horse Girl game?
You know what game you know what gacha I've been playing.
He will.
I actually don't know.
I will not.
Persona?
Yes.
Oh, fantastic. So you guys talked about P5X.
I'm not playing that horse game, Ricky. On my life, I'm not.
You will.
No.
You will when I'm done with you. When I'm done with you, you're gonna play. I gotta see your reaction to that game, bro. Are you crazy?
But I don't think I have actual time to do the horse game. I feel like I'm just playing one too many gachas, and like with Persona and all these other things, I think it's just like
anyway. That's the gacha I've been
Hawkeye. And who else is playing P5X? Viram, did you just say that you were playing as well?
I'm not playing either of them. I was saying that Tito was playing P5X.
Yes. Viram knows that I'm playing P5X.
Well, how far are you currently?
I am towards the end of the second palace.
End of the second. Okay, so you're farther than me at this point.
Yes, I am. There are only 2 palaces in the game right now.
Oh, I thought there's 4.
They're at the moment. I think you can only get to 2.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, for some reason I thought there were 4. Is the game been out like in Japan for a while, or is it
China.
just
Yeah, it's been up for a while.
China? Oh, I didn't realize it was out in China.
Yeah,
I know
believe it's
Zeph, you were
China.
playing it as well too, weren't you, Zeph? I know he's deafened. I think he might just be muted.
Yeah, but I'm not like I'm done now. I just wanted to see what it was like.
Were you able to add me when I set my ID thing?
I forgot to try.
Oh, you're all good. Don't even worry about it.
I don't
It's
play
fine.
it, so it doesn't matter.
I haven't played it this week either. I've just been busy with all the AX stuff. What I have been playing though, and what actually Fidel can chime in on this one, is we were playing Super Mario Strikers. I'm playing a lot of
Yes,
Super Mario
sir.
Strikers.
You played
So
it
this
without
Mario
me?
just got added
You
to the Switch NSO.
What?
We did a whole live
Mario
stream for
Strikers
Super
is
Mario
pretty
Strikers.
peak.
Pretty great. And I also got to say, I feel like overall, the game is better than I remember it being.
It
Like, I
is.
think that was my key takeaway from when we were doing that stream is like, oh, I actually really do enjoy like playing through, seeing all the different animations, going through the different cups. Since the stream, literally yesterday when I had a little bit of downtime, I did the other single player things and I unlocked the only unlockable in the game, which is like the
You
super
unlocked the
team.
robot,
So I unlocked the robot
the
team.
arenas.
Yep.
Nice.
And I unlocked all the arenas. So now my game is maxed out. And actually, Coast is going to
Nice.
be proud of me. I then marked it down on my little video game sheet as one of my completed games for the year. So again, it's not just a gacha game. It's
Yeah,
an
that's
update for a gacha
that
game.
is valid. That's an actual.
That's a valid.
lot
That's.
of,
I feel like whenever I beat a game, I'm just going to ask Coast if it's valid to put on my end of the year sheet.
It's
I
crazy.
think the general perception of that game is that quite a lot of people still see it as the best of the 3 Strikers games. It's usually
Well,
between that and Charged, but a lot of people have a strong fondness for the original.
Yeah, people's only problem with Charge is like the how you block goals. So how you block goals in Charge is like you have to use the motion controls and you gotta like block the ball by like pointing at the
Minigame.
screen to where like the ball is landing.
The
Yeah.
minigame.
So because of that, like people still take like the original game. Like to be fair, no, Strikers Charge has the best expressions. Like that's if you think like game 1 is like aggressive, Strikers Charge like they are pissed. They each have like their own crazy individual character themes.
See, and that's the one that I
they're, like,
remember because
up
when we
like
were talking on
crazy.
the stream, I was pretty sure that was the case, that was the one that I played, and then I checked back afterwards, and that definitely was the one. And I remember really enjoying it, but I feel like the snappiness of Strikers, at least this GameCube version, I've been having a good time with. Also, the horse girl, whoever it is on your screen right now, is very cute. Who is this?
She
Who's
is
that
very
one?
cute. That's
one is that one?
Bourbon. Her name is Bourbon.
Bourbon. All right.
All I know
She's
about
living
that
her best
game is
life.
that there's one horse girl that is like based off of a horse that is notorious for like people have bet tons of money on the horse
Gold
because
ship.
it's like
Yes.
they're like so confident that they're gonna win and then it gets last place like all the time or something like that.
Haru. That's her name.
Isn't it Haru
Damn.
Urara?
Haru
Urara.
Haru Urara. Yeah.
I told that story on Japan Time before about like the Japanese betting service that's on the Super Nintendo. I did that during like the
think
Nintendo
so.
Museum episode, didn't I? Where the whole
Does
thing
that,
is like,
does that have the
online. Yeah.
yeah. So it was basically that there was a modem that was made for the original Famicom and for the Super Nintendo, where you could just go online only to place bets off of your Nintendo and Super Nintendo, and the service was so popular that it didn't end until the mid 2010s. It was still online. And apparently at one point in time in the 90s, it was the #1 way that people were betting on horse races in Japan, which is crazy, is off their Famicoms and Super Nintendos, which is kind of insane.
Did it have the AIDS thing at the beginning of the game?
Didn't
Like,
have the
that
AIDS
other-
thing. No, what was that game? It was
I don't
Magical
remember.
Drop
It was
or,
I think it was Magical
something
Drop.
like that. Yeah. There's
Magical
one of the
Drop
games that's
2.
on the NSO basically has just as like a sign of the times, it has a splash screen right when you first turn on the game that's for like an AIDS charity basically. And obviously, well, that AIDS charity probably still does exist. I'm sure people can look the thing up, but it's still in there in the original NSO that's been uploaded on there. So if you're playing through some puzzle games and all of a sudden you get an ad for an AIDS charity, now you know. But all right, so we talked. All right, we're talking about
so
Persona.
real fast before we jump to something else. Some
Oh,
shoutouts.
yes.
Thanks to Klaxon for both becoming a member and doing a super chat for $5 and says Fidel loves horse skull races more than others.
Well, he
That is
probably
true.
does. Yeah, I mean, you're the
I
only
do.
one playing it, so he probably does love it more than us.
Dude, who doesn't love a good horse girl race, man?
I don't.
No.
That's what you love to see.
But
You
like I
know
said,
bourbon, man.
I like Psy Games. I'm glad the game's doing well for them. So
Oh, it's a
that's
Psy
all
Games.
it is.
I didn't even know
Yeah,
it was
It is
Psy
Psy Games. It is Psy Games.
Oh,
They
didn't
did
even know that.
the anime for it first, and then
Yeah.
now they have a game now. They also did Zombieland Saga. That's also Psy Games.
Oh.
Is that like an anime or
Yeah, it's an
is that like
anime,
based on the? Is it based on that movie, the Zombieland movie? Like an anime
So,
adaptation of that or something?
It's a spin on an idol show, an idol anime, but they're zombies.
Oh, okay. I'm probably not going to play that. In fact, I'm definitely not going to play that. I don't even know why I pretended to be interested. I'm definitely not
I
playing
mean,
that.
it's not a game; it's an anime.
It's an anime.
Yeah.
It's actually no, it's not.
Oh, I thought it's a game and an anime. I thought that was the
No,
whole thing.
no,
It's
no,
Psy
no,
Games.
just the anime. You honestly,
Oh.
Roger, you might like it.
I'm not.
But,
If it has
like,
zombies, I'm not
No,
going
no,
to
no.
like it.
The fact that they're zombies isn't played up to be gross, kind of thing. They're just like
No.
the fact that they're zombies half the time doesn't matter.
I don't like zombies I don't like the zombie show on Disney. I don't like zombie video games. I don't like zombie anything. I don't care how gross. I don't like Plants vs. Zombies. I just don't like zombies, period.
You
Full
didn't
stop.
play Zombie U on the Wii U?
No,
Really,
that
do
garbage. I didn't play Zombie U.
Oh wow.
That
okay.
when that game got revealed, that was my second E3 I had ever been to. And so I wanted to get in the good graces of like the Nintendo people that were working there and everyone else. So I like pretended to be. It's probably one of the only times I've like pretended to actually be excited at something. And it wasn't even on camera, it was off camera. And I was like, ooh, wow, Ubisoft. And then when they were like, oh yeah, the opening games for Wii U are Nintendo Land and Zombie U, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be rough. But Zombie U is apparently pretty good though.
I mean, yeah, I've heard
It wasn't that
good things
bad
from back then. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I might have to link you some of the songs because it's like it is a musical basic because they're idols, so they do have and there's some of the songs are really good. So I just might like you some of the songs of it, just so you can hear the songs because you might like those at least.
I might.
You're
might.
kind of pushing boundaries because he already clearly said he didn't.
Yes,
like
he doesn't
anything
want to.
related
Yeah,
No,
zombies.
zombies.
You still
But I
want
mean, the music
to
is
peddle
fine.
an agenda.
When
If there's
they're-
music
okay.
removed from it, then I'm cool.
Right.
With that.
Yes,
but I'm
but
just saying this is the problem
Roger
that
is a
you
theater.
have. McDareth
Is theater, and he
sometimes.
enjoys singing.
Right. Okay.
So
I
I know
do.
if I give him some good music with good singing, he at least can enjoy
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Yeah, I
was trying to
enjoy
protect
good
you,
music.
Roger, from this, but okay, you go ahead.
No, but
Yeah.
I appreciate you. You know, yeah. I mean,
But-
you know, I'm a theater
All
kid.
right, okay.
Yeah, the gag of the show
do,
is
I
that
do.
when
That
they're
actually
performing,
does
they
track.
put on makeup and stuff to try to hide it. So that's like, see, when they're performing, they don't ever look like it.
I
That's
don't
the
think
whole point.
Roger would like the show.
Yeah, I know. I'm not. I know. This is not to sell the show. I'm just saying, when I send him a song, it isn't going to be. There's not going to be any zombie things. That's what I'm saying.
Actually, you know what? Since this is an Anime Expo theme show during the weekend after Anime Expo, I feel like I kind of want to do something new this week, if you guys will allow it. Coast, I'm going to throw this to you because I feel like you are the #1 best connoisseur of anime here on the podcast. I feel like you consume the most anime. I feel like you are the most knowledgeable about anime. So I'm going to make a song up right now, this very instant. Okay? Are you ready?
You're making up. Wait, what am I supposed to be doing here?
I think the song will explain itself. Are you ready?
I guess with as
All
much context as I have.
It's time to find out what to watch. It's time for Coast's Anime Corner. What have you been watching, Coast? And what do you recommend
Nothing.
to people.
Literally,
Well,
actually, that's a lie.
you ruined
That's
my
a lie.
life.
That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. I've been watching Dress Up Darling season 2.
Okay, well, we're moving on from that then. We're not
What are you
done
talking?
with
That show's peak. What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah, let's look at some high schooler getting dressed. I think pass. I'm going to pass.
Bro, that is not what
Next.
it's about.
Next, what else are
Is
you
that the
watching?
premise?
What else are you watching?
There's no way that's the premise.
That's what?
Coast, is that not the premise of the show?
I'm at surface level, yeah.
And there it is. All right. Anything else you've been watching?
Oh my god.
Please give me anything else. The one week you're not actively watching a lot of other stuff. I feel
Bro,
like every
I've
other
been
time
busy
you're like,
the
I'm
past
watching
2
this.
weeks, man.
I can-
I cannot like.
I can give you
I've
stuff
been
I'm
busy.
watching for this season.
I don't think I asked you. I think I asked Coast.
All right.
No,
That's crazy.
Put him in his place, Roger. You go, Roger.
No.
You go, Roger.
Question, all right.
Real fast.
All right. It's time for McDareth's Anime Corner. What's up, McDareth? What are you watching? Let's go.
Hey. So a lot of season 2s are starting up. Dandadan. I think I have like 2 episodes.
Oh,
of
yeah,
season
I
one
haven't
to
started
finish.
that.
Then I need to watch season 2 of Dandadan. Country number 8 had like its in between episode. That was pretty good. What I did not expect to be coming back is Reincarnated as a Vending Machine has its season 2 starting.
Reincarnated as a vending machine? Did I hear that
Yes.
correctly?
Yeah, it's
I
one
feel
of
like
those.
the premise is self-explanatory. I
Yeah,
don't
it's
You're
see
one of those
reincarnated as a vending
isekais.
machine.
One of those isekais with a long title. Reincarnated, reborn as a vending machine. I now wander the dungeon. And the
That's
premise of
awesome.
Have
vending
you
machine-
seen this?
Yeah,
I've
I
heard of
watched-
it.
Watched all season 1, watching season 2. It's a fantasy anime, but the guy's a vending machine.
Let's
And can only
go.
do vending machine things.
Is it like a romance, a slice of life?
No, it's a comedy.
Like, what's
It's
the-
like an action
Okay.
comedy, but more so comedy. But it's good. I enjoy it.
Right on.
To Be Hero X is very good.
That is a good show.
What is
Oh,
that,
is that-
about? Because
Is
I've
to be? Is that
recently heard
the?
about it.
I did too, and someone was telling me that that's like the translated. Is that Reject Ranger or something?
No. That's
No, I'm
thinking of a
another
different
one.
show.
That's another one I'm watching. Are you talking about what's the title?
The Evil Power Rangers?
No, Go Loser Ranger. Go
Go
Ranger.
Loser Ranger is what. Yeah, right. That's
Yeah.
another one I was watching.
I have to watch the last episode
Right.
of the season, but I'm also
Right.
watching that. But To Be Hero X it's like a world where in order to become a hero, people need to believe in you. You have a trust value that you can see on your arm. The more people believe in you, the more power you have. But it's like a double-edged sword. It's almost like, well, some of the early parts, almost like a commentary on idol culture, because people's belief in you that you are this thing forces you to be that thing. So like, not a full spoiler, but there's a person who saved someone by holding up a burning building, basically. So now people's belief is that that person is always standing tall. So the double-edged part of that is he now cannot bend his legs. He has to stand tall.
That sounds
all the time.
horrible. All right, that sounds terrible.
That kind of
It's an
sounds
interesting
like,
enough premise, but
like
it sounds.
Chainsaw Man a little bit.
Well, Chainsaw Man's not really. I was like, those are they have like devils inside of them or whatever in Chainsaw Man.
Hey yo.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the whole thing with Chainsaw Man is like
Thank you, Ghost.
the devils
Appreciate it.
gain more power or have more power because you believe in them more or something like that. Like
Yeah.
it kind of sounds like it tracks a little bit.
Well, that part. I just think it's like idol culture. It's the way I saw it, because like, you know how idols, like, you are beholden. Well, Asian idol cultures, you're beholden to the fans to a ridiculous degree. It's kind of like that, is the way I see it, at least. But highly recommend. It's like you're jumping around different people in this world too. As it keeps progressing, you're learning more people as you keep going. Like it's good. Yeah.
Right on. All right, those are some good recommendations.
Okay.
Then another one I started because I like isekais is Apocalypse Bringer, which that's like isekai to another world, but it's like a 4x, you know, the top down, like Civ. So he has like 4x powers and that kind of stuff. But they haven't really gone to that. Oh, and Gachai Kuda. That animation of that show
Yeah.
is incredible.
Oh, I did.
It's really
I actually
great.
did hear
I
about
heard
that.
about that. It was all over the show floor. They had like a big booth for it.
There was a big Witch Watch thing that was outside the convention this year too. But I don't know. I don't know anything about Gachi Akuta. It's like, isn't that it's like a fantasy thing. But beyond that, I don't really know anything.
Somewhat. I only seen episode 1. It's not that fantastical. It's more modern than fantasy, but it's the animation and the presentation. It's really good. So I'm
When people were
excited to see
talking
where
about
the
the
next
anime
one
for
goes.
that, I thought they were talking about Goku Rakugai, and I was like, damn, that shit got an anime already? When that thing
What is that about?
when that manga gets an anime, I'm watching that shit for sure.
What is it?
The manga is beautiful. It's not common.
It's like, I don't know fucking how
I
to
will
explain
cry.
it, man.
It's like would you say it's like Cowboy Bebop fantasy? How would you describe it? Coach?
This? Or wait.
No, Goku
Goku
Rakugai.
Rakugai,
Yeah, Goku
yeah,
Rakugai.
kind of. It's like it's like it would be like a modern Cowboy Bebop, I guess.
I mean, that sounds good enough to be fair. Like, I would actually want to check that out if that was the case.
I just really like the art from the manga.
Yeah. That's like its strongest. That's what makes it good. The art is pretty phenomenal.
For any slice of life romance enjoyers, this season has The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity, which has been one of my favorite manga for the past few years, and I've been really excited for the anime adaptation. And first episode was really good.
And what's that one about? You said
it's
slice
about-
of life, but like,
Yeah, slice of life romance series, high school stuff, but it's a very kind of sincere, very wholesome series. The characters are really good. There's a lot of like good communication between the characters. It's just like it avoids a lot of the annoying tropes that one would expect from. I don't know why my audio is low. There's nothing I can do on my end for what it's worth. The name of it was The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity.
Yeah, I've been hearing good
it's-
things about that.
Yeah. So it's as I said, high school romance series between these two people. One is this kind of big, tall guy who looks like a delinquent but is actually really nice, and then the other is this girl who goes to this prestigious school. And the two end up meeting, and they just kind of sort of break the boundaries between each other's schools and stuff like that. You kind of learn to love the cast between the overall cast, the relationships that develop between them. It's not that slow burner for a romance series. Like some of them really drag their heels in the mud, but this series goes at a pretty nice pace, I would say, and definitely overall just one to look out for.
right on. And the name again is The Fragrant Flower Blooms what?
With Dignity.
With Dignity. All right, I might have to check that one out. There was actually one little bit of anime news that I felt specifically I wanted to touch on. I don't think this was actually announced at Anime Expo proper, but it got announced like around the time. And that is that Sergeant Frog is getting a new anime film. Those of you who longtime fans of the channel know that I am a huge fan of Sergeant Frog. Grew up loving that manga. Every single volume. Have watched almost every episode. It's been a long time since I've revisited it, but I guess they're doing a remake anime for the anniversary of Sergeant Frog, and they're also doing an anime film. And I guess it's coming out next year. So hopefully I'll be watching it and talking about it. I'm super excited to see what's going on with the future of Sergeant Frog. But I think that's pretty much it.
Can we
for
talk about
anime
some
news.
upcoming anime that got announced over Anime Expo?
Oh yeah, go ahead, please. Yeah, by all
I'm
means. Go ahead.
excited that I might be alone in this, but Black Clover is coming back for a second season.
You're alone on that,
They
man.
announced that.
Yeah, I love Black Clover, so I'm excited for that. That and Wisteria Wand and Sword second season got announced. I cannot recommend that anime enough. I think by the time that series is done, that might become my favorite. Like Wisteria, animation wise, really good. I'm a sucker for swords and fantasy, so I really like that part of it. But I like that one a lot.
Oh yeah, Freerun season 2 is also confirmed for January 2026.
Oh, I
Yes,
thought that already
sir.
got confirmed a while ago. I was like, Freerun's
It
amazing.
did
Yeah.
get confirmed. It
season
just
got
got an
confirmed,
extra
but yeah,
look.
the date of it was confirmed. The specific season. So yeah.
Well, fantastic.
They showed
Was anyone gonna watch Superman?
bro, hold up.
Oh, that is
Hold
coming up
up,
this
hold
weekend. I
up.
It
forgot.
is coming up. That is
Real
soon.
quick. They showed
Uh-huh.
they showed more of the Ghost in the Shell that new anime that's coming out where it's like the design of the original manga.
Oh.
So they showed off more characters and stuff like that too. I
Oh,
don't think
I
it
didn't
got
even
a
see that either.
date for that, but yeah, they showed off more of that.
You
But
were
Superman
talking
though,
about- yeah, you were talking about Superman. By the next show, will Superman and Fantastic Four both be out? Or is
no, only
Fantastic
Superman.
Four?
Well, actually,
only
but the
Superman?
next show it'll be
Oh, no. No, next
Fantastic
show,
Four is
next
the week
show,
of the next
Superman will be out and Bonanza will be
Yeah.
out. So we'll have both of those to talk about. But yeah,
and
you're right.
Fantastic Four will come out the week of the next show, which is
There
won't
you
be-
go.
Yeah,
There you go.
I've
Yeah,
been hearing
I
good
mean,
things about Superman.
I was going to
for,
say, early reviews
showing,
seem pretty
yeah.
good. Yeah.
Seems like it's pretty good.
The only thing I'm kind of worried about, which is just like, I'm not a huge James Gunn humor person. Like, I don't really love the comedy in the James Gunn movies. But I feel like within Superman, like having a little bit of a lighter tone is probably going to help, considering the past few have all been pretty dark.
Yeah, pretty dark, pretty serious.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't think James Gunn's humor is just kind of cringe to me. I really like the original Guardians of the Galaxy, and I really liked the heartfelt moments in Guardians 3. But I feel like the humor in Guardians 3 and the humor, and I love the heartfelt moments in Guardians 2 as well. But I feel like the humor in 2 and 3 was just not good. Yeah.
Right.
Like,
it's valid.
It doesn't click for me. Didn't click for me. I know there are some people that really like it though, but for me, I feel
think
like
3 is 2 is whatever. 3 is
Yeah.
is really good.
Well, 3, I think again, the thing about 3 that's good is like the sincerity of it, right? Like the
Yeah.
stuff with Rocket and like all that. So I feel like if they're able
Yeah.
to take that and then kind of infuse the humor from Guardians 1, I think it'll be a pretty good mix for a movie.
I'm just glad it's finally moving away from the dark and gritty Superman that we've had for like the past 16 years.
Yeah,
or whatever it's
agreed.
been.
Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah, we just had too much dark and gritty stuff. So
Like
going back to
Batman's
some
good
comic
enough.
book users.
Let Batman do that shit.
Yeah,
because
I mean
it
that's
does it
literally
pretty
Batman's
well.
whole thing. Yeah.
But with
Less
the,
humor,
with the
more
gun
heartfelt.
Superman, yeah. With the
Would you say
gun
it's less humor
Superman,
and
it
more
just
heartfelt?
Oh,
again,
they're
I
saying
think
that it's less humor, more heart for Superman. Apparently.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's exactly
Which
I
is
think
good.
what it should have then. Yeah, exactly. Well, see, I'm looking
Who's
forward
he
to it.
going up against?
Yeah.
Who's the antagonist for this movie?
It's you, Ricky.
Ultraman, I think.
Again?
Yeah.
It's you, bro.
Oh no. Oh no.
Did you say it's
I
you?
was
to
asking what
Rick?
It's Ricky. It's you,
Yeah,
Ricky.
yeah.
It's you. It's time.
I was thinking, is it gonna be Lex? Is it gonna be Darkseid? Is it gonna be any of the major ones?
I think it's a mix.
I hope it just does well. I feel like so many movies this year have just been completely tanking and bombing. And so I feel like I hope at least this one does well. I know like the F1 one is doing pretty good. I know Jurassic Park apparently had like a record-setting weekend as well. So there's
I heard
definitely
that
stuff
movie
that's
is
like
dog
making
shit,
money.
so-
It probably is. It probably is not good, but it's still making a lot of money. So I feel like it's just been like so many stories of movies that have been like failing at the box office pretty much for like the last 3 months. I feel like the only thing that really kind of like popped off was Sinners was the one thing that a lot of people talked about.
That
But I
was
feel like
overrated.
in between that, I also agree with you, but that's a topic
careful.
for a different
Be
show.
careful. Be
But I
careful. Be
feel like
No,
I
we
feel
can talk
like
about Sinners if we want. We can talk about Sinners.
well, no, we don't want to. I don't want to spoil it for people.
Bro,
the
it's
thing I
been, up
will
for,
say,
it's been up for long enough.
the thing I will say about Sinners is I think the beginning of that movie, without spoiling, I think the first half of that movie is like really, really, really good. And I think the sequence in the middle in the farmhouse is also excellently shot. And from the second the other stuff starts happening in the second half of the movie, it goes completely downhill. And I would never want to rewatch it again. But the first solid
my
45 minutes are really good. Yeah,
I think
let's hear
my
it. Go ahead.
take you would probably agree with. I think that movie is not a horror movie and that it's a musical.
No, I think it should be a musical. I think the fact that it's not a musical
It is a
the issue
musical.
to me.
It is a musical. I'm saying it's not a horror. It is a musical.
I totally
Do
disagree.
you feel like it's
'cause
a
I feel
musical
like
that didn't commit?
I think it's a horror movie that didn't commit because I think like the second half, I clearly wants to be a horror movie in the second half of the movie. The second half of that movie is like most definitely like
It's
blood
not a
all
horror
over the
movie.
place.
It's just a thriller. I don't know why people are calling it a horror movie.
But it's not really. I wouldn't even call it a thriller because it's not like jump scares. It's like
It's-
gore.
what?
It's
What
like
are you
gore
talking?
and
There were
blood.
definitely jump scares in that movie, man.
There was not a single moment in which I felt like there was.
Okay,
a jump
that's for
scare.
you, but you
I
can
know, but I'm
definitely
trying to think
recognize
when.
when jump scares are.
Not really though, because most of the stuff is telegraphed. Like I think the
there's-
humor in that movie I thought was actually pretty good. I think like that was the humor sections were I thought quite good, but I feel like because of the humor, the scary stuff was pretty heavily telegraphed. I think, yeah.
Speaking of
But I don't
jump
know.
scares, hey Ricky, you want to talk about something you've been playing recently
What have I been playing? What do you know?
with you and Mike?
Oh,
You and Mike. Wait, what?
That's
Oh!
so random.
No shot.
Did
Are
you-
you playing Five Nights at Freddy's?
I'm playing for I don't remember. Was it after the last show? I don't know what we were doing, but me, McDareth, Mike, we're just chilling, and then I just, I said to Mike, "Bring me into your world. Let's play a little bit of Five Nights." And this is going to be my first experience. And he was piloting the game, but I was giving him all the directions and stuff, and we recorded it actually. I don't want to give too much away. Yeah, we recorded. Do you think we should? We just recorded it off of the love of the game. I didn't think we were actually gonna like post it
Oh
for
no,
real.
no,
though.
yeah, there's plans for that. Just need you to keep going and finish that first game. It
Okay,
is
so
recorded.
so the plan would be then to play through like all of them. But I don't know how many. Huh?
Are we going to pit then the playthrough series? So basically, what you missed, Fidel, during your horse race, Ricky is playing Five Nights at Freddy's for the first time with Mike.
No
Two of them
shot.
playing Five Nights at Freddy's. Yep.
Yeah.
So what I was going to say is,
All
are
of
we
them?
pitting Just the first one.
It could be.
Okay.
Are we gonna
the
pick?
first one we did?
Shouldn't say the first one though.
Because obviously, Ricky, you've been playing. No spoilers, obviously, but you've been playing Doki Doki Literature Club with Tito. No. Without giving too much away, those videos have not performed super well. So I'm curious if Ricky, your video playing Five Nights will perform better, and we pit Five Nights against Doki Doki for you, and we see which one sticks, so you can do an actual playthrough on the channel.
I mean, you guys are the content geniuses. You do whatever.
I think it's
I'm just gonna play the things that you tell me to play, and then you can post it however you want to post it.
Okay.
Well, I know Coast. If Coast had his way, I think we would all be playing the respawn or rematch. What's it called? The soccer
rematch?
game?
I mean, it's
rematch.
Like, I don't know if we would do a whole video on it. Maybe like a stream or something.
Well, one thing we could definitely do a whole video on is playing a bunch of old NSO games, right?
True.
Maybe a bingo
there
NSO.
Might be one. Maybe this Friday on the YouTube channel that you guys can.
Maybe this Friday on the Japan Time YouTube channel. So go check that out. It's going to be me, McDareth, Viram competing in a Coast-led NSO bingo game where we're all playing a bunch of retro games, trying to achieve some challenges. It turned out really good. Look forward to it. That's going to be a great video. And I'm trying to think what else happened this week. We already went over the Anime Expo stuff. We went over video games. Oh, speaking of NSO, wait a minute. This actually is something we can talk about. Didn't this actually drop the day we were doing the Striker stuff, Fidel?
I think it was like around that night, that day.
Right.
With the direct news.
So basically, while we were all waiting to find out whether or not there was going to be a direct on Tuesday, there was a video that Nintendo themselves posted to their YouTube channel that had a blurred out background of the games that are currently available, or not currently available, but games on NSO, essentially a test build of NSO. So these are not games that are currently on NSO. These are games that Nintendo is clearly testing to be on NSO, or games that will in the future be coming to NSO. And basically what eagle-eyed people figured out, which I don't even know how they were able to do this, because the thing was like Gaussian blur 90%. I don't know how they were able to figure this out. But through color patterns,
crazy,
people were able to figure out that Donkey Kong 64, Forsaken 64, Glover, and Super Smash Brothers are all going to be coming to Nintendo 64 NSO in the near future.
No shot.
Yeah. So all four of those games. Now, we kind of already knew that DK64 and Smash were an inevitability. Like, I feel, especially Smash 64, that seemed like a likelihood. Glover is a shocking one because Glover actually just got a remaster that was absolute dog shit that got released on Nintendo Switch. And so now it seems like Nintendo's going to pick up the Infinity Gauntlet and basically be like, we're going to do it ourselves, and are releasing the original version of Glover that was on the Nintendo 64 on the NSO. And the weird thing about this as well is that Forsaken 64, which is the fourth game that was in this blurred out image, is actually an M-rated game. So what people actually found from this is that the M-rated game should be on the M-rated service, right? They have that whole separate M-rated Nintendo 64 app, and it's not on there, which then led people to believe that this screenshot in this official Nintendo video of the testing of the CRT filter in Mario 64 on the settings is basically taken from a test version of, like, an internal test version of N64 Switch Online, where they're testing out all the different games and seeing how they work with the different features. So essentially, in the very near future, DK64, Forsaken 64, Glover, and Smash Bros. Could all become an NSO.
No, that's not what it means.
What does it mean then? Go ahead, please.
It could very well just not happen because there were 2 leaked test NSO builds for NES and GBA, and they all had tons and tons of games on them that never got released ever on NSO.
Right, but you have to remember they are still adding games to Nintendo and Game Boy and Super Nintendo. The thing with Nintendo is that now they have all these other services.
The games that were on there are games that would clearly never make it anyway because they were in collections. So it might just be nothing.
Wait, what do you mean though?
Like in the GBA test build, there were Battle Network games and Mega Man Zero games, and the NES games were all Mega Man games.
Optimization testing and stuff.
But that also doesn't
that's
necessarily mean
what it's
anything,
for. That's why it doesn't. This doesn't mean anything.
Wily Wars and all the Game Boy Mega Mans were added on there despite being in collections. They have the Glover was again one of the other ones that was in this, that even though it got a separate remaster, they can potentially still put it on here.
Yeah,
There's
I'm
a
just
lot of
saying this
stuff.
doesn't confirm anything.
Okay. We'll have to wait and see. I think one of these we'll probably be seeing pretty soon though. But we'll see.
We'll see
Is
in
that
the
a,
Nintendo Direct.
Is that a Roger article, I think, or just an I think?
That is anyway. Next topic. Apparently, according to Nate the Hate, there's a rumored Final Fantasy IX remake that has been canceled.
Yes,
It says, yep.
What do you mean?
Why are you
sir?
excited about it? Why are you
Are
saying
you
yes?
happy? Why are you happy for Doe?
I will shoot you.
I don't know. I just thought, it's a Final Fantasy game. It's okay. It doesn't need a remake. It'll be fine.
I hope none of your Sonic games ever find any.
Whoa, that's not fair.
No,
That's
wait.
Well,
No,
let's
you
chill
can
out.
relax,
Let's
man. You
focus.
can
You're going
relax.
a little
man.
further.
Why am
You're
I
going
getting,
kind of far,
why am I
bro.
getting shot over here too, though?
Blame Fidel.
That's crazy.
You should watch his tone.
Sorry, man.
Oh yeah, that shit got canceled for sure.
It's just so crazy to me that because there's so much FF9 stuff happening right now that and the scope of this game did not seem like it was on the level of like the FF7 remakes. So I'm just so fascinated.
I kind of disagree with that. I feel like I was talking with my stream. I feel like with the scale that Remake and Rebirth put out, like they were probably feeling that they would maybe let down people if they didn't do anything similar to it for 9.
Yeah, I guess.
And
also
with the just like the recent flops, with like what they've been putting out lately with Final Fantasy, it might just like go against what they were trying to do with that game, and it would, in their eyes, they're just like, oh, this might just be another commercial failure. Let's just
see. I think that's so crazy though, because knowing Square and knowing some of these other games recently, like the big reason why FF7 and even Rebirth and Remake, both versions, the reason why they underperformed is because they were only on one system. But like even when we even talked about it on Japan Time, like when the sales data and the play data came out for the Steam version of Rebirth, it was great. And like they brought Final Fantasy 16 to other platforms and it's selling well. So I feel like, and they even doubled down during their last investor call and said that moving forward, their goal is to bring as many games to as many systems as possible to guarantee essentially sales. Because like there is definitely not a world, especially if you look at the way that the producer was talking about it during the Switch 2 presentation, where like part 3 of Final Fantasy 7R doesn't come to Switch 2, or like Kingdom Hearts 4 or whatever. Like all those things are going to be Switch 2 games and will probably also be PC games day one as well. The only thing against that is for FF7R, there might still be like at least somewhat of a timed exclusivity because of the deal they made back with the first game. But all the other ones, like they're porting to everything. So I feel like that shouldn't necessarily be their excuse when they're now look at Final Fantasy Tactics. They already said that's coming to everything. They already said like there's a lot of stuff that now they are bringing to multiple platforms. And I feel like FF9 in particular is one of those kind of games that like if they would have brought that to Nintendo and Steam as well as PlayStation, it would have done great.
Yeah, but they probably didn't have plans at that time. You got to remember, this game has been in development for how long? Like this came from the NVIDIA leak, so you got to remember.
But that's even
that probably wasn't in their plan.
That's all the more reason, though, for me to be like, why the heck would you just cancel it at this point? Then
because
you could just
been in development hell.
I guess, but I don't know. I just feel like it seems more of a waste to scrap the whole thing, especially if one day they want to remake it.
It was literally the anniversary for the game. And they rolled out all the shit and no like again the leaks confirmed it. Like you can.
No, I mean they were making it for sure.
I think like the thing is, it's around the thing of like you can tell something went wrong because that was in the NVIDIA leak literally like 5 years ago almost now.
Yeah,
and it's still never shown up.
Like, aside from that, like the show that they were gonna make for it was canceled. Like they had big plans for this, obviously. Unless maybe we're just completely wrong and like TGS, we do see something for it. But like on the anniversary,
I do feel like TGS,
do anything like.
I do feel like TGS is probably where we will see it if it exists, and if it doesn't exist anymore and it's not at TGS, then that's it. I think it will be done. But I would say still wait a little while longer. It could be in a direct. It could be like a TGS thing. But I do feel like time is ticking.
We'll know by the end of this anniversary,
Oh, for sure.
By the end of this anniversary, we'll
know. Yeah. And by the end of this month, we're going to know what's going on with Pokemon. Obviously, we got the Pokemon Presents coming at the end of July. And we've talked about our predictions on the show already. Things that could potentially pop up here, but realistically, the days are coming in clutch. I just want to sort of ask people, now that we're getting closer to the date, how are you feeling about Gen 10 showing up in this at all, or do you think they wait until next Monday?
I think gotta wait because
they'll wait until
absolutely not.
Yeah, ZA champions, their mobile stuff. I think Gen 10. Just wait for next year. It'll be the anniversary.
Yeah, exactly. They reveal it in February. They let like ZA stuff happen, show some new megas or whatever, and then focus on like Shadow Drop and champions, and that'll be that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the GameCube NSO games, because we already know, right? Colosseum's happening.
Wait, how'd you say it just now?
Colosseum.
Colosseum? No, you said Colosseum.
No, he said Colosseum.
No, you said Colosseum.
No, Colosseum.
No, you said Colosseum.
Colonoscopy? What are you saying, Fidel?
Okay. What the fuck? Where did that?
I don't know, bro.
It's like Bahamut.
Colosseum.
Also, why is your chat spamming Ultima leak? What is that? What is the Ultima leak?
You guys didn't talk about the Nintendo Direct leak?
No. What happened?
What?
Bro,
the 4chan leak that has like literally everything ever.
I looked at it.
Dude.
I saw it's from Ultima. I was like, okay, this is fake, and that was.
Please, no, guys, no. Look at this. It's a really
Crazy
good leak.
Potential Nintendo Directs, pretty much. Kirby Air Riders with all these characters. All right. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Geno Ring Fit Trainer. Okay. Shadow, the Deltarune Party. All right. Persona 3 Reload. Pokemon Director shows up. You know what's actually the least believable thing on this whole list? The fact that it says that there's going to be a package with red, blue, yellow, and emerald in it. That's the least believable thing. Literally, the least believable thing
is just some fucking shit. It's some shit. Someone spent 30 minutes trying to make a joke. It's not funny.
Okay, whoa, hop off. Okay, we worked hard on that on stream.
It's not fucking funny.
You made it on stream.
We made this on stream.
You're responsible for this?
No, we literally made this. Chad and I subbed for picks, and we made this on stream.
Dang.
Wait,
you should have gone a little more out there.
Hey, listen, man, I just did what the people chose.
I mean, to be fair, a lot of the stuff that's on here, though, like, isn't that wild.
Exactly.
A lot of stuff on here, like having a Mario Kart 2.0 update with the Kongs, having, the Hoyo games coming to Switch, Kirby Air Riders trailer, like a lot of that.
The Paper Mario one is the best one, dude.
I will say, hold on. This is not coming from anything in particular. This is just a little thing that I noticed recently. I've been noticing a lot of my buddies, a lot of my Nintendo buddies on their Switches. I've been noticing them playing a lot of Pikmin 4 recently. Been noticing a lot of Pikmin 4 randomly out of nowhere.
Get excommunicated.
I feel like Pikmin 4 is one of those games that would be perfect for like a Switch 2 edition. And I feel like if they made Switch 2 edition Pikmin 2 with like a good new single player mode, like a Louis mode or something, I would be all over it. Because right now, like obviously we know about Kirby, right? We know about Mario Party. And then what else do we know about in terms of the Switch 2 editions? It's just ZA and Metroid Prime, right? I think it's just those. So my assumption would be if they are going to do more Switch 2 editions, they'll probably have to announce them relatively soon, or like whenever we do end up getting a direct. And I feel like Pikmin 4 up there with like Mario Wonder and like Mario All-Stars or whatever for the anniversary year. I feel like Pikmin 4 is a good pick. So that's what I want. Pikmin 4 Switch 2 edition. What other Switch 2 editions you guys want?
Pokémon Tournament.
Okay, other than McDareth.
We're not gonna get
Wind Waker's. I was gonna say that's on GameCube NSO, so you're not getting
obviously Smash Ultimate. Obviously,
of course, that would be great. New challenger pack or some new characters, something that would be cool. I know Paper Mario was another one that people brought up, having the 60 FPS. Yeah, but we're gonna see. I don't know. Hopefully there's news relatively soon. Hopefully there's a direct somewhat soon. Obviously, Donkey Kong is coming out next week, which is wild. The fact that that's going to be in our hands, we're going to be playing that a week from now is amazing.
You realize it's only a week away.
Yeah, I cannot wait for that game. I'm going to be streaming that every single day, playing it. I'm sure. I think all of us are probably going to be playing it opening week, aren't we? Is there anybody that's waiting?
I will be.
Anybody
For
in
DK?
call at all that's not playing DK next week?
Oh, I'm gonna be there day one, frame
Me
one,
too.
hour one. Yes,
I feel like every single person on this call is playing Donkey Kong.
Yeah, I'll be there
I don't
frame
know a
one.
single yeah.
I'm probably
Frame
not
one, bro.
gonna play it day one. I'm gonna watch you guys play the Fidel stream.
Okay,
Roger
okay.
stream.
If you're broke, just say so.
Whoa, man.
Yeah, I am.
That's crazy.
Okay, that could be the problem. So you don't
He
want me to
doesn't
give
try
you
to hide it,
viewership?
though.
Is that the problem
Crazy,
too?
man.
Mother.
I'll take your viewership any day of the week, Ricky. That's fine. I'm happy to have your viewership.
I appreciate you,
Your viewership is great, man. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
When you start streaming, Ricky, the people have wanted to see it.
It's coming. All you gotta do is
not.
wait.
You're
Just
lying.
wait. Just
It's
keep
not.
waiting.
He's lying.
No,
It's a lie.
no.
Ricky is not
All you
streaming.
have to do is wait. It'll be here tomorrow. You won't even believe how soon it's coming. Just wait, bro. That's all.
Okay, so here's a question I can toss to you, right? Because Mike could stream to the Japan Time channel for you. Would you stream the Five Nights stuff?
What do you
And
mean
there
he
it
would
is.
stream to the Japan Time channel for you?
I can set up so Mike can stream it. Like I can be around, so Mike can give him
And
the
the-
thing. So
the
Mike can go
silence
live on
speaks
Japan Time,
volumes.
and then they can play it, and it can be on stream. Will you be down for that, Ricky? I think the
It's
people
crazy.
like that.
You know what I think the people need to know?
You're screwing up my plans, bro.
No, from
I haven't given
from that
oh my
silence. You know what I actually think the people really do like legitimately need to know? The fact that this past week while we were off, we did the Japan Time call planning for the Japan Time trip, right? And we all had to buy our plane tickets and get all of our stuff.
Oh God, this.
And the fact that we were sitting there for 30 minutes because Ricky did not want to share his birthday for the passport information was insane to me. Absolutely insane.
His birthday and his email, just waiting for 30 minutes. It's like, bro.
Okay.
All right.
It was his fucking full name, which he's already leaked.
Let's talk about this.
I was gonna say, let's not remind the people. Let's leave that.
Let's talk about this really quickly.
Yeah.
I have a personal boundary about sharing my birthday. I don't want people to go around wishing me happy birthday.
We're not gonna give you anything.
And the fact that you
nobody is going to give you anything
to extract information from me that I didn't want to share, I thought that was kind of.
Dude,
I thought that was kind of weird.
It was for.
You don't want to shit, so you
I thought it was kind of absurd.
for your plane
What are you
ticket.
talking about? It was for a
No, I
plane ticket.
could plane ticket. You're trying to infiltrate my passwords. Most of my passwords are my birthday. That's the other reason I didn't want to say it too.
You.
And now everybody knows that information because of you guys.
That's on you.
You literally just brought the conversation
Ricky,
up.
You literally.
Anyways,
you didn't need to
Ricky's
say any
birthday
of that.
is.
You didn't need to say any of that. You disclosed that information publicly. We were in a private call, organizing private business. That information would have been known only among us.
No one is sharing your birthday at all.
Yeah, we're just trying to get this done to keep it moving. We got a lot of stuff we got to order. Set this up. Over here,
That's
30
right.
minutes.
Oh,
like,
my gosh.
I'm gonna give him my password. I'm gonna give him my birthday and my email, and it's like, bro, just
The
come
thing
Because if I give you my email and I give you my birthday, you can hack into my email because my password is my birthday.
Why would you say that though? If your password is your birthday, why would you say that?
That's why I didn't want to tell you the birthday in the first place.
Well, now we
but
know all
you
your
guys kept
passwords.
pushing
There
me,
you go.
pressuring me.
Look,
Ricky
bro.
doesn't want to say his birthday because it starts with 18 on the birth year.
Oh my gosh.
18.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Well, we will. What I can say, I am actually legitimately amazed and also excited by the fact that you were coming to LA first. That you were like
Yeah,
flying
that's gonna be
in.
crazy.
So then that way we're like actually going to the airport together. So then you could guaranteed be on that plane. So you're not like
Yes.
last
But
minute.
it
We're
was
all
supposed to be on
over
there.
here. I'm literally ushering you
Was
onto the
that the
plane.
main reason?
No, I
were
was
trying
gonna
to
do it.
force
I
me
was
to
gonna
get-
do it. Tito was
Oh
gonna
my
do it. I
gosh.
talked to Mike. Mike said he was down to do it.
Right,
And so
because
it's
we all
like,
wanted
okay,
to
let's
be
all
on the
just do it.
same plane going at
Yeah.
the same time, you know.
Be easier for all of us. And make
Yeah,
the
it'll
plane
be
ride
cool
more
that
fun
Mike's there,
too.
Well, it's not going to be more fun because what's probably going to happen is I'm probably get stuck sitting next to Ricky, and then he's going to be wanting to talk the whole time. I'll be sitting there like, bro, I don't want to talk. I want to sit and play my game.
No, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
you
sit
can
next
play
to
the
Mike
Switch.
if you're gonna be like this, Roger, before the trip even
I'm
starts.
going to sit next to McDareth, but McDareth's going to yell "stranger danger" next to whoever's
Hello?
sitting by us, and then we're not going to be,
What?
and then I'm never going to hear the end of it.
Bro, I'm not gonna yell.
He's going to get a
I
middle
simply
seat, and then I'm going to get my
won't
window
talk.
seat, and
It's
someone else will
very
get the
easy.
aisle seat.
I'm gonna go
And
to
he's
the
going to go
Switch.
stranger
It's all
danger.
good.
On the plane?
If it's us, it's probably gonna be me, you, and Mike. We're all just gonna be sitting there chilling, and I'm probably gonna just go to sleep, wake up and play Switch 2, go back to sleep. That's probably what's gonna happen.
That's fair.
Eat
I'm
whatever
fine
they
with
bring
that.
around, and I'm chilling.
Yeah. I'd rather sit next to you than Ricky because Ricky's kind of fat and you're not. So I'd rather sit next to you.
Well, I also like to fart a lot too, so that a lot
And
of
he
that
does
is
fart a
gonna
lot.
be on the
He
plane.
farts a lot.
Yeah,
Okay.
so-
Especially if you're eating food you're not used to.
Put
I feel
Ricky
like that's
on
going to be
that's the
rough.
problem.
the plane. All right, noted. Yeah,
Actually, though, you know
can
what,
sit next to
Ricky?
Fidel.
Ricky is short though. He's real short, and so because he's so small, I feel like I might actually want to sit next to Ricky, even if he is farting. I could just.
There's another conversation that we need to have, but I don't know if I can actually verbally. No, I'm good. I'm gonna just hold off.
You're gonna save it for the cheek off.
Yeah, yeah. The cheek. We really do need to get the calipers. I haven't ordered them yet off of Amazon.
We're
but
gonna have the cheek off. Don't you worry about a thing. We're
Yeah,
gonna have the cheek off.
100%. The measuring tape, all of that. So that's I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. It's going to be good. Well, you know what? You guys have a lot to look forward to as well because we're going to be back in 2 weeks
Wait,
with Donkey Kong Bonanza.
I got some questions before we sign off.
Questions?
Yeah. So since
I thought we
Pokemon-
aren't doing viewer questions. Why are we doing
No,
questions?
no, not those. Since Pokemon is on the 22nd, do we want to do Tuesday next week? Do the same day as the Pokemon Presents?
Oh yeah, we should actually. Yeah, let's definitely do that.
I mean, the next show?
Yes.
The next show. Yeah, we actually should. We should do it on Tuesday because then it'll be the evening of the presents and everything's fresh. Yeah, you know what? That's a good call. Let's definitely do that. Lock it in.
Okay,
That'll be a
show
banger
on
episode
22nd.
potentially because that'll be Donkey Kong, Superman, Pokemon Presents, Spiff, and the guest potentially as well. That's a packed episode. That's going to be like a couple hours long at least.
And my other question,
that's gonna
right,
be huge.
was do you think you could can you talk about something that maybe happens the week after that yet, or no?
No, we can't talk about that yet because
All
I'm
right.
still finalizing stuff. No.
right.
Well, what we can say for sure is that Japan Time will have a presence at Evo and that we will be doing things in some capacity there, either having a meet and greet or hanging out with you guys or doing something. We will be doing stuff at Evo, but the things that we are doing
Cool.
have not been finalized yet. So we can't quite fully talk about it, but we will all be at Evo and we will be doing something cool. So look forward to it. And I almost definitely by the next show, we will be able to talk about it. The only thing that we might not be able to say is one aspect of it on finals day. But everything else we should be able to talk about by next show. So
Apparently
look
Fidel
forward to
leaked
that.
it already, according to my chat. So,
Brother, what? You leaked it?
No, I didn't leak it. I said it'd be cool if we could do something on stage. I was joking.
That would be
around,
cool. That would be cool.
That would be
I mean,
cool,
if we announce the next Granblue character live on stage, that would be pretty sick because Viram
Well,
is right here.
That's what tell them we're doing that. We're not supposed to tell them that we're doing that. You know.
Okay.
Oh,
we're
that
not,
was
we're,
gonna
not,
be the
we're not
secret.
talking about the fact that Japan Time's walking on final stage during the Tekken presentation and saying
Okay,
one more
well-
thing, and then Umbra runs out and says Waffle House confirmed, and then we get a whole
This is
Waffle
crazy,
House
bro.
stage for
They don't
Tekken.
need to know all this, man. They don't need to know.
They're not going to know about the fact that Japan Time's officially announcing Waffle House and Tekken on finals day of Evo. Well,
No,
and
if
that's
it gets
fine.
announced and they come at you.
No one's gonna.
Well,
I'm
we
telling
can
you,
do
that's not happening. I don't know anything. This is not a Shadow and Sonic 2 situation or whatever. It's not happening.
So
Or
that was
Amy
the
and Sonic
conversation
3 or
Aaron was
whatever.
having with Harada. Oh my god. Okay.
Oh, there was a separate conversation. It had nothing to do with Waffle House.
I am talking way too much. My bad.
Yeah. Well, don't worry. People will be able to hear you talk more in 2 weeks from today. Again, the next show will also be on Tuesday. That's the show. We had an hour and a half. It's a solid.
that was
60,
not an
bro.
hour and a
That
half.
was not an hour and a half.
It was a tight 60. It was a tight 60.
Yeah, it's about an hour. Yeah.
It was a tight 60, bro. We're gonna keep it a tight
Man,
60.
this
There's not a
show
lot
is
to
getting
talk
worse
about.
and worse.
The show's good. We got a lot. We have a 3-hour show coming up next week. There's so much we're doing next week. Pokemon Presents and Donkey Kong and Spiff and Superman. Plus, we've got all the other videos coming out. If you guys are like, this isn't long enough, guess what? Go get a life. Go do something else with your life
bro,
in the
don't
meantime.
do that.
All right? That's fine. Go do. There's plenty of other content. If you're like, I haven't watched something, guess what? There's probably hundreds of videos on the Japan Time channel you haven't watched yet. Go support the other top 10s. We're going to do a superhero top 10. Go become a member and watch McDareth play through Star Fox for the first time or play through Metroid Dread for the first time. Go watch some of our full VOD videos. Go watch the Perfect at Building Marvel vs. Capcom video. Go watch the Bingo video that Coast is working on. Go watch the Mike and Ricky video. I know damn well that you guys haven't watched all these, so go make sure to go do that yourselves. Tune in for the next show. It's going to be a good time. 2 weeks from today, we'll see you for the Pokemon Presents in Donkey Kong. Like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, we'll talk to you guys later. Good night, everybody.